absolutely have to win. They're threatened with the relegation zone, and that's something that the fans here haven't been used to for some time. Hednesford are in good form. They've won 4 of their last 6 games. Kettering's form has been pretty poor, and Peter Morris will expect his players to give of their very best, and hopefully for all Kettering fans, there'll be 3 points in the bag this afternoon.
Well, there's a lot of tension here at Rockingham Road. Kettering desperate to get some points to pull away from that relegation zone. It's a position they're not used to being in, and the fans have expected more of their team. They're up against the Hednesford side this afternoon, who are in good form. There's not a lot of love lost between these two sides. I really don't know the reason, but over the last season or two, the games have been marred by some petty squabbling. Let's hope there's none of that this afternoon as Colin Van leads the Poppies out to, well, fairly muted applause from the Kettering fans. It's not a very big crowd in here at Rockingham Road this afternoon. Hednesford take the field as well. They're rather fetching blue and dark blue colours there. Peter Morris has picked, well, what he considers to be his best team now. I think Paul Cox is still struggling a bit with injury, but he is battling through that and takes his place in the line-up. Hednesford, for their part, have got a fairly solid look about their line-up. They've won 4 of their last 6 games, and Neil Davis at number 9 has been scoring plenty of goals for them. Mickey Norbury on the bench cost them £15,000 earlier this season, but he really hasn't proved his value, at least to that extent yet. Kettering getting the game underway now with Phil Brown coming forward. Good ball to Ian Ridgway. Early chance for Ridgway to get a cross in, not a bad one either. And Ian Robinson, the Hednesford fullback, having to push the ball away for a corner under some pressure from Gary Satchell. Well, just seconds gone, and Kettering's first opportunity to put some pressure on the Hednesford goal. Carl Shutt with the attempted back header goes straight up in the air. Chris Brindley and Colin Bowden tumbling there, but Brown getting the ball in again, and Gary Satchell there a bit forceful in the tackle, concedes the free kick, but a bright start by Kettering. Just seconds gone in what is going to be a very, very important game for Kettering. They've got a couple of home games before that second leg of the trophy semi-final against Telford. All talk of that semi-final banned by Peter Morris, and quite right too. The league points have got to be won. Davis there trying to spread the ball wide, but only gets it to Carl Adams, who feeds Phil Brown. He loses out in midfield, but wins the free kick for his trouble. Taken quickly by Carl Adams. Out here to Ridgway. Ridgway playing it forward to Carl Shutt. He knocks it into the channels, looking for a runner. There isn't one. The ball runs out of play. So the game just beginning to settle down. Hednesford haven't got a great deal to play for there. In 7th place in the conference. No danger of relegation, no threat to the title from Hednesford, so they'll be seeing out time, I suppose. And it's these sort of games that might just help Kettering, where the opposition haven't got anything to play for, while Kettering have got to battle for every single point. Ball knocked forward by Ben Hickey there. Paul Cox underneath it. Oh, that's a weak header by Paul Cox. Solid misses it, and there's Neil Davis. Well, he won't score an easier goal than that. Just 3 minutes gone, and a disaster for Kettering. What a dreadful mistake that was. Paul Cox under-hitting that header. Really gave Solid no chance at all. Perhaps Solid unlucky not to get something on the ball, but it just trickles through to Davis, and that's the easiest of finishes. Well, just what Kettering didn't want. They're a goal down within 3 minutes, and now they really do have an uphill battle against the Hednesford side, who have been noted of late of not conceding goals. If Kettering's confidence was sagging before. Well, it must be pretty near rock bottom now. It's going to take an awful lot for them to pull themselves back into this game. Is Phil Brown trying to flick the ball on Chris Brindley there to Matt Fisher. Now there's a chance there for Fisher, and the ball's in the back of the net. Well, within the space of a minute, Kettering are back on terms. It's a comedy of errors in both defences. Dreadful defending by Kettering to start with. But look at Stuart Ford, he comes out for no reason at all and gives Matt Fisher the simplest of tasks from 20 yards, just to roll the ball into the empty net. Well, a lifeline for Kettering, no doubt about that. Having conceded that early goal, they did need to get back very quickly. They couldn't have done it much more quickly, and here comes Fisher again. Well, both defences at 6s and 7s. And within the space of 4 minutes, we've got 2 goals. Well, the crowd who are in won't worry about that from the entertainment point of view. Terrific stuff. Good back header there by Carl Shutt, but ball brought clear by Ian Robinson for Hednesford. He's beaten by Craig Norman, and still Craig Norman. Carl Adams knocking the ball forward again. Russell Bradley heading it back to Stuart Ford, who gathers in safely this time, but, well, game hardly started. We've got 2 goals. And the way Kettering have been playing this season, goals have been pretty much at a premium, both in attack and in defence. So to have 2 within the space of 5 minutes at the start of a game is almost miraculous, I suppose. In Ridgway there, just knocking the ball out. Lee Colkin with the throw in. Colkin again. Phil Brown turning his back. Ball knocked forward to Davis to run on to, but he's beaten by the byline. Ball going out. Peter Morris rubbing his hands. I'm sure that he'll be as pleased as everybody that his side were able to get back on terms so quickly. Gary Setchell there battling away, but losing the ball in the end. Oh, there was something that went on off the ball there. It had been cleared, and I think that it's Ben Hickey, the Hednesford number 10. Yes, he's hobbling over to the referee, suggesting that he might have been clipped by Gary Setchell, but Gary Setchell is lying poleaxed on the ground, and it looked as if an arm went up by Hickey. What's the referee going to do? Mr. Cousins. Oh, it's a red card straight away. Just 19 minutes gone. And I think that that was because Ben Hickey raised his arm and caught Gary Setchell. And you just can't do that. There's no point anybody complaining. Hickey making his way to the dressing room. Oh, well, that's the Hednesford coach there making a gesture towards the Kettering dugout. I don't quite know why they should be making so much fuss, to be perfectly honest. But as I said earlier, oh, it's Colin Bowden, and oh, it's cleared off the line. Well, it's certainly all happening in the first 20 minutes here at Rockingham Road. 2 goals are sending off. The clearance off the line. Couldn't ask for much more. Adam Solid plays the ball out wide to Gary Setchell, the victim of that attack by Hickey. Now here's Dale Watkins. Still Dale Watkins. Turning in the area. Trying to make space. A good chip across there. Carl Shutt not quite able to get to it, but enterprise and play by Dale Watkins. Hednesford fans in debate as to whether that Hickey sending off was justified, but in the meantime, shot coming in there from Gary Twynham. Deflected for a Hednesford corner. Comes the corner. Good catch by Adam Solid. Solid perhaps just a little bit unlucky when the ball bounced underneath his body to give Neil Davis the chance to put Hednesford in front. And here's Dale Watkins now. Turning Andy Comyn. Comyn recovering well, and Watkins trying to knock the ball into the path of Gary Setchell. There's Phil Brown now. Well, that's sort of shot. Carl Shutt looking to pick up some pieces, but Ford able to clutch the ball to his body. Long clearance by Ford, won by Davis. There's Colkin beating in Ridgway. Paul Cox. Fisher to Watkins. He plays it back to Ridgway. To Shutt. And there's Bradley able to clear up and just knock the ball back to Ford. So, Kettering 1, Hednesford 1. Bright opening by both sides. Hednesford down to 10 men. Will Kettering be able to capitalise? So important for them that they get 3 points from this game. They've got a game against Doncaster coming up at Rockingham Road. That too very important. Matt Fisher knocking the ball forward, looking for Watkins to run. He beats Chris Brindley. Now, has he got support? Setchell on the overlap, but good tackle by Brindley. He knocks the ball forward to Davis. To James Kelly, Hednesford skipper. Looking for Robinson, but the ball falls to Kettering, or at least it did until Hednesford recovered possession. The ball bouncing about in midfield. Neither side able really to put their foot on it. Create another opening. 2 soft goals so far on the score sheet. Neither set of forwards can take any real credit for them. And they didn't come about as a result of creative play either, but a goal's a goal when all said and done. Phil Brown trying to release Watkins, still Brown. Now here's Carl Shutt. Not quite sure what he's doing on that side of the field. He's looking for Gary Setchell, but the ball running out for a goal kick. Andy Comyn not very impressed with the arm round his shoulder, rather lovingly by Gary Setchell. Although I don't think Mr. Comyn thought so. And Paul Cox, who I know has been struggling with calf, Achilles and hamstring all in one leg. It's amazing that he's still walking, let alone running. He has to give way. 29 minutes gone. Brett McNamara coming on. Well, I'm not sure whether that gentleman has found it all too much. No, it looks as if there is life there still. It's fairly lively on the pitch. There's Gary Setchell knocking the ball forward. McNamara running onto it. He's tangling with Comyn, and it looks as if he's brought down. Well, the referee says that he's brought down Andy Comyn, saying that there was very little he could do about it, but the referee had no doubt at all. And a great opportunity for Kettering. A penalty conceded by Hednesford. They're down to 10 men. Brett McNamara has only been on the pitch for about 3 minutes, and already a significant contribution by him. Well, it looks as if Comyn did have an arm round Brett McNamara. There was no way McNamara could get away from him, and the referee, I think, was right there. Craig Norman with the penalty. Well, no one who knows anything about Craig Norman or Kettering need describe what happens when he takes a penalty. It's a goal, and Kettering have got the lead. On the balance of play, they probably deserve it as well. They were rocked back on their heels early on with that soft goal they gave away, but they've come back extremely well. Against, it has to be said, 10-man Hednesford, but nevertheless, they've got their noses in front now. There's a gentleman from Hednesford who I think wants a word with the referee, presumably about the penalty decision. Too late, sir. Good punch by Ford there to clear that Phil Brown corner away. Well, plenty to talk about in the first half hour, no doubt about it. Here's Craig Norman, score of Kettering's second goal from the penalty spot. Phil Brown to Matt Fisher. Matt Fisher, as he does, I'm afraid, a bit too often, giving the ball away to Kelly. Twynham now, still Twynham. Takes advantage of that ricochet, still Twynham. Craig Norman with the clearance. And Phil Brown coming away with the ball. Carl Adams wide on the left-hand side, knocking the ball long to Carl Shutt. He tries to chest it into the path of Dal Watkins. Still with Watkins, back to Adams. He knocks it long to Gary Setchell. Gary Setchell lobbing the ball in. There's Brett McNamara. Well, Brett McNamara, he's only been on the pitch, well, less than 10 minutes. He's won a penalty for Kettering, and now he's put them 3-1 ahead with his first league goal of the season. No one marking. Good work by Gary Setchell. He did well when he got to the byline, hooked that ball back, and there's Brett McNamara. No defender in sight, and the easiest of tasks for him to give Kettering their third goal. Well, 3 goals before half-time. I think the Kettering fans have all got nosebleeds, headaches and whatever. We haven't seen this at Rockingham Road all season. 3 goals in the first 45 minutes. In fact, Kettering only scored 3 goals in a league game once before. That, of course, was that memorable win against Kidderminster. But those 3 goals took about 47 minutes in the coming, as I remember. Oh, and there's a dreadful mistake by Ian Ridgway. Now a chance here. Here's Twynham. Still Twynham shot. Good save by Sollett. There's Davis. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, a dreadful mix-up in the Kettering defence once again. And that's given Hednesford their second goal. Kettering were coasting. An awful mistake by Ridgway, compounded by Bowden. Good save by Sollett, but Davis unmarked, heading into the empty net. And Kettering, for all their good play, they find themselves only 1 goal ahead now. Approaching half-time, 5 goals in the first half. And, well, what will that do to Kettering's confidence? It's perhaps no bad thing that half-time isn't too far away. Ball coming in there by Davis. Fortunately for Kettering, no Hednesford forwards in an advanced position. Well, the Kettering fans must wonder what it's going to take for Kettering to relax, to feel comfortable. For most of the half they did. The referee brings a very eventful first 45 minutes to an end. Kettering leading by 3 goals to 2. There's some shenanigans going on there with Brett McNamara. He won't mind that. He's got on the score sheet. He's won the penalty for Kettering. Matt Fisher cancelling out Davis's early goal, but then that horrendous mistake just before half-time, giving Hednesford a lifeline. Plenty to look forward to in the second half. It's Kettering 3, Hednesford 2. Make sure you join us after the break.
Pegasus Software, the business accounting and management software provider, is proud to sponsor Northants TV's coverage of the Poppies. Pegasus Software, accounting for your success.
Well, in the end, I suppose a satisfactory first half for Kettering. 3 goals to 2. Well, we're disappointed to have conceded those 2, but nevertheless, a much better performance than we saw against Telford last Tuesday. That was a very, very bad performance. Much, much better this afternoon. And the scoring of goals will do Kettering's confidence no end of good. Gary Setchell to Phil Brown. Wayne Diuk's on as a substitute for Matt Fisher. There's Craig Norman knocking the ball forward, cleared away. Only to Ridgway. Setchell with a speculative effort that not only goes high over the goal, it goes high over the wall into Cowper Street. Some youngster out there is no doubt going to benefit as a result of that. Kettering coming forward again though. Dale Watkins, he's been busy this afternoon, playing the ball to Carl Shutt. Now here's Diuk. Diuk with a shot. Oh, what a super effort that is by Wayne Diuk. 2 minutes into the second half. Well, it's Carl Watkins there getting congratulations, but he set it up through Carl Shutt to Wayne Diuk, and a beautiful controlled left foot shot by Diuk into the top corner. Ford, no chance at all. Well, 4 goals for Kettering. That certainly is a record for this season. 4 goals in 47 minutes, and there's Carl Shutt. Oh my goodness me, Carl Shutt must have been about 40 yards out there. What a super effort from him as well. You can see here, he just saw Ford off his line. That was dipping, and it wasn't a million miles away. Great play by Carl Shutt. Craig Norman now. Knocking it forward to Brett McNamara. He's in space. Can he get across it? Yes, he can. Shutt just missing out. Well, this is excellent football by Kettering at the start of this second half. Here's Wayne Diuk, score of the 4th goal to Watkins. Watkins just behind Carl Shutt, and the ball cleared away for a corner. Very, very enterprising football by Kettering, and the Hednesford defence thankful to concede a corner with a slice clearance. Adams with that corner. Forward punches to Phil Brown. He has a shot blocked by Brinley. Brown again, headed away by Kelly. Excellent piece of dominating play by Kettering. The ball coming in again. Flag up for offside. Big kick taken quickly. Hednesford will be glad to have a bit of a breather. They've been under siege in the first minutes of this second half. Poor ball there by Ridgway. It was Ridgway who made the mistake that gave Hednesford their second goal. He might have regretted that, but Wayne Diuk has restored Kettering's 2-goal cushion. And they're looking good value for that at the minute, although it's Hednesford with the ball. Bagshaw playing it forward. Claims the handball, not given. There's Gary Twynham. He's obstructed by Craig Norman. Indirect free kick. In a fairly dangerous position as far as Kettering are concerned. Shot coming in, going wide. Referee saw deflection. Corner to Hednesford. Hednesford down to 10 men, of course. But Kelly, their skipper, with the corner. Back header by Wayne Diuk. Has enough on it to clear the danger. Here's Carl Shutt. He's been all over the place. Play by him to Colin Bowden. Bowden knocking it long. Comes back with interest. Only as far as Craig Norman, who heads clear. Kelly now. Handing off Phil Brown. Good play by Kelly. Here's Twynham. Twynham still. Good run by Twynham. Gets across in. Davis. Just over the bar. Davis looking for his hat-trick. He earns deserved applause from the Hednesford fans behind that goal at the Rockingham Road end. Hednesford making a substitution. Andy Comyn, the defender, coming off, giving way to Mickey Norbury, a striker. So Hednesford perhaps feel that they can still get something out of this game, even though they are down to 10 men. Mickey Norbury, as I was saying at the start of the game, £15,000 they paid for him, but he hasn't really scored many goals. Puts himself about, as he does there. Foot up on Craig Norman. He's a fairly uncompromising character, is Mr. Norbury. Kettering fans may remember that he was in goal last season when Telford's goalkeeper was sent off, and he had the dubious privilege of trying to stop a Craig Norman penalty. He didn't, of course, but that was a long time ago now. Free kick to Hednesford. Well, the referee not happy with Dale Watkins there. Not retreating, he's going to get booked for his trouble. Seems a little bit harsh. Looked as if the Hednesford defender just kicked the ball at Watkins, but Watkins not very happy with the decision. Stuart Ford, who kept 4 consecutive clean sheets, the Hednesford goalkeeper. They'd only conceded 4 goals in the last 6 games. They've conceded 4 in the first 47 minutes of this game, so all credit to Kettering. Here comes Hednesford though. Long shot coming in there. Good shot and a good save by Adam Sollett, and he recovers at the second attempt. Shot coming in here from distance. Sollett seeing it fairly late, I think, but a good save by him. Kettering certainly don't want to give Hednesford any cause for hope. Cross coming in, well, it was There's a sort of cross, backspin on it, and Hednesford not able to get away. Now Watkins, see the goalkeeper well out of position, trying to do something a bit spectacular. What he succeeds in doing is fairly innocuous shot that nearly hit the corner flag. Well, one or two smiles around amongst the Kettering fans. Now they haven't had much to smile about in the league at any rate for the last few weeks, and Watkins there charging that down now. Watkins has got space, looking for support. Still Watkins, all through to Adams. Now Adams, can he pull it back? Oh, he decides to shoot instead into the side netting. We had colleagues lining up on the 6-yard box. Only crossed it across the face of the goal. Well, it could have been 5. It could have been 5 if he'd got it on target. Lovely play by Watkins, good running by Adams. Poor shot in the end, and I think he would have done better trying to square the ball across. 12 minutes or so to go here at Rockingham Road. Kettering hanging on well, they're doing more than hanging on. Oh, Mickey Norbury, well. The referee surely has got to take action against Norbury for that. Doesn't look as if he's going to. It does make you wonder with Dale Watkins getting booked for next to nothing, and Mickey Norbury bringing down Adam Stollett there quite unnecessarily, escaped without a caution. Shake of the head from that fan. I'm not sure whether it's despair at the inconsistency of the refereeing or whether he thought that Adam Stollett was making the most of it. As it is, Norbury brushing Gary Setchell aside there, and that's no easy task because Setchell is a pretty tough, strong lad himself. But now Watkins doing well there, forcing in Robinson into a mistake that gives Kettering the throw, greeted by applause by the Kettering fans. Time running out for Hednesford, although in truth in this second half they really haven't posed too much of a threat to a Kettering side who have played with much more confidence and a good deal more skill than we've seen of late. Those who follow Kettering regularly will know that it's been pretty grim at times, but they're still having to defend here. Twynham trying to get a shot in. Hednesford fans looking resigned to a defeat, and Hednesford throw caution to the wind with a double substitution. Stuart Airdrie coming on for Gary Twynham, and Ross Rhodes will take the place of Lee Colkin. So Hednesford have played all their cards in a desperate attempt to try and get back into this game, but Kettering are defending pretty well. One or two fans looking at their watches. There isn't that much more time to go, and it's Kettering who are coming forward in the shape of Gary Setchell, who's had an excellent afternoon. Setchell getting the cross in, good deep cross, no one there to get on the end of it. Brett McNamara just slipping there. Ball two. Rhodes, but not cleared very well, and Phil Brown knocking it back to Carl Shutt, to McNamara. Kettering just trying to run the clock down, happy with the lead. They've got good play by Carl Shutt. Can he get a cross in? He can. Trying to pull it back to Dale Watkins, who is in acres of space, but Hednesford get the ball away, but Kettering still in possession. Phil Brown finding McNamara. He tries to get a cross in, but easily cut out by Bradley, who knocks it long. Mickey Norbury all over in Ridgeway, but Craig Norman blasting the ball upfield. Here is Norbury again, playing it back to Kelly. Kettering will be perfectly happy to have Hednesford knocking the ball around in midfield. They pose no threat there. Brimley trying to find an outlet. He does. To Bradley, he plays it long. Colin Bowden tussling with Davis, conceding the throw in. Davis looking for Norbury. Diuk and Ridgeway getting in each other's way. Carl Adams getting a boot in. Watkins able to hold the ball up, and Kettering come away again. Phil Brown out to Carl Shutt, playing as a wing-back now. Whatever next is McNamara just losing out. Good tackle by Bradley, but Carl Shutt never stops running. Can't stop the ball going out for a goal kick. A more relaxed view. Well, like father, like son with the shades there. Hednesford with the throw. Norbury. Craig Norman conceding a corner. We're in the dying moments of the game, but Kettering won't want to cause any sort of panic amongst themselves. Corner coming in now. Headed away. And the referee blows the final whistle. Well, an excellent performance by Kettering. They've thoroughly deserved the 3 points that will take the pressure off them just a little bit. Certainly they're not out of the woods yet, but with performances like this, they can look forward to the remaining league programme with a good deal more confidence than of late. Carl Shutt with a fatherly word to Ian Ridgway. Colin Bowden doing the same. Craig Norman, the scorer of Kettering's second goal, with a penalty. Carl Shutt had a terrific game for Kettering as well. Hednesford with nothing really to play for. Probably aren't that concerned one way or the other with the result, but Kettering certainly are. An excellent 4-goal performance by them. Matt Fisher, Craig Norman, Brett McNamara and Wayne Diuk on the score sheet. Kettering have got another very important game coming up against Doncaster. If they can do the same, then, well, all fears of relegation might just disappear. Final score, Kettering 4, Hednesford 2.
Well, Brett McNamara, I dare say from a personal point of view, to get your first league goal of the season was a bonus, but it was a good performance by the team, wasn't it?
It was a great performance by the team. We really needed a win, especially at home as well, because just recently we've been disappointed with ourselves not putting it in, so really glad to get 3 points.
And of course everybody's been talking about relegation and everything else, and it was important, if for no other reason than just to perhaps give us a bit of breathing space.
Well, it gives us breathing space, but to the lads it's a confidence booster, especially going into next week as well. So it's a vital time of the season for us.
And how difficult has it been for you, leading goal scorer this last season? You struggled to score goals this season, played a different sort of role. What's it been like?
Very frustrating, to be honest. Obviously, every striker has a bad patch, begins, well, you can't score goals and all the simple ones become hard. And obviously I've gone to left wing back, relieving me of the pressure, but at the end of the day, I want to be a striker, so it's a relief to get back up front and obviously score one again.
Brett, good performance, thanks a lot, cheers.
Great, thank you.
Well, that's certainly brought a smile back to the faces of the Kettering players and the fans.